Okay, welcome back to KenSmithFishing.com. We're going to break down the south end of the lake going up into the easy flat area today. So we're going to start out, we talked before, most tournaments these days are going out of Umphrey Pavilion, which is right down here. Once you come out of Umphrey, this is all open water. The only thing I would really caution you about is there's a long point sticking out right here. It's not well marked on there, but there is a long skinny point, especially if the water gets low, that runs off of that island. It's a clay point. So if you're running up into Easley or into Buck, when you come out of Umphrey, just swing wide of that. Also, if you happen to be running into the old Twin Dykes area, this point right here is also very, very shallow. It's just clay. I'm very familiar with it because I actually beached my boat in the dark there one morning many, many years ago before GPSs. So running on up the lake then, all the old Twin Dykes, this is all open water. Tiger is pretty much open water. So this is Tiger Creek. Working your way on up the lake. Now I talked about this once before. As you're working your way from the dam or from Umphrey Pavilion, you're coming up the lake and you're heading towards Easley Flat. You notice this map shows, so there's an island right here. There's a bad stump on the tip of that right there, and there's another one right there. It's only two stumps right there in that area, but this is what's called as Solly's Woods. So it's behind this island. When you're running around, again, just swing open. This is all wide open water, so just swing wide of that island. I would say put that island 300 yards off your right side, and you can come on and run up in here. So you run past Solly's Woods, you can run up here, you can go into Mill Creek. That's open. There are a few scattered stumps out in front of Mill Creek. You can work your way on up the lake, and that is Easley Flats right there. Now, that roadbed, now please proceed with caution when you get back here. That is a solid concrete roadbed. It's about 6 or 8 inches thick. It's a couple of lanes wide, and it runs off this bank and goes back onto that bank. There's a couple of blowouts. You can actually see the 3 creeks that go through it right there. There's a 4th one up here. So there's blowouts in those. You can run through, guys run through them. I will not run through them. I am just spooky about them. I ran over it one day and got really lucky, not realizing how shallow the water was. So I'm very cautious back here. The main blowout over here on the right, there's also some large, the old bridge pilings are still in the water there, and they come up quite a bit higher. So if you're going in that right blowout, absolutely, definitely idle through that. So let me give you some waypoints now. Now I'm going to give you the waypoints. So the south, and this would be really just the base south end of that. If you'll enter the following waypoints, we'll give you, and you can line them up then and see exactly where that roadbed runs. That's going to be north 31 degrees, 09.640. It's on the screen right now. By west 093 degrees, 59.573. I'm going to give you another reference on, I can't remember which one it is, but I believe it's one of those 2 breaks in the dam, in the roadbed right there. Probably didn't give you a good enough look. So again, it's one of these 2. And that is north 31 degrees, 10.298. By west 093, 59.480. If you align those 2 up, that'll tell you exactly where that roadbed runs. Again, unless it's at least at pool, I wouldn't run over that. And even now, knowing how deep that roadbed is, I still won't. Okay, let's cut across to the other side now. This is largely, I'm going to back it out just a little bit. So this water is largely open. There's a few scattered stumps out here. But if you come in here, so this is Bear and Pompano Creek coming out of here. And you'll see a line of timber sticking out, and then it runs right down the creek, and then it cuts across like that. So I would not run any of this, even at pool I wouldn't run this. These are big trees, these are creek trees, these are trees bigger around than your cowling. The rest of this, all the way back down. Just a few very random pieces of timber, but otherwise pretty wide open, no problem running that stuff. So that is the Easley arm.